Hey friends, Jill here. Welcome back to Whispering Willow Farm. I'm in my greenhouse again, and as you guys know, we started a lot of seeds yesterday, so I'm going to kind of turn you guys around, show you what we did get started. We have got gumprina, basil. We got this whole tray started. Look, I mean the whole greenhouse is really starting to fill out. So we got more stuff over here. I'm gonna finish seeding all of Charlie's zinnias today. So I probably have, gosh, probably 100 or so zinnias to seed, if not more, for all the different pollinator patches that we're doing around the farm. So that's seems really exciting. But the reason I wanted to do this video today is because you guys know we were out of town this weekend. It was such a good time with friends and just fellowship. But also with that, we're able to see other people's farms, right? We're able to see how they do things, why they do things, and really just kind of get to know them better and their homestead. And so it got Nathan and I talking and thinking and dreaming even more than we already do. So while we were gone this weekend, it really just kind of started to stir some things in Nathan and I, right? Like, you know, we're always dreaming about the farm. We're always trying to figure out the next steps. What's the most sustainable steps? You guys know there's a lot of different things we've wanted to do on our farm or add on our farm, but it isn't really representing sustainability well. And so we've decided not to do those things. And sometimes they were hard, like really realizing that like now is not the season for a dairy animal. Like that was a really hard pill for me to swallow, but I knew it was the most sustainable and responsible thing to do. And so you just suck it up and you do it. But we were thinking about like what are some other things we can do that are sustainable that we do have the means for. And so we're actually going to take a little trip around the farm. We're going to go a place that we have not visited in a while. And I'm going to kind of tell you guys some of what we're thinking. All right. Do you guys know where I am? I am in the beloved milking stall in the barns in the goat yards. You guys know when we bought our farm, Ben Turn, who was Justin Maya's employee, if you guys been following this whole journey, then these names are going to be familiar to you. Ben Turn kept his goats out here for a while he got fencing built at his property. And so obviously these stalls got utilized really well. Well, then when he got his goats off of here, Nathan really started to envision this space as an orchard. And so I can kind of turn you guys around and show you. It's just this beautiful space. So it is just like this beautiful space that would be really, really pretty just to have all these different trees and bushes. It butts up to our backyard, so while we're outside, we can see the orchard. But we know that there's a few things we need to put in place before we get to that place. So we've got some more, you know, dead trees that need to come down, things like that. Well, when we were talking about building the outdoor kitchen, we had talked about, hey, we're not actually going to utilize these barns. Could we scrap material to help us build that? And we talked to some people, and it ended up being just probably more work than it was going to be worth in material. And so then that got my brain working too, right? Like we don't want anything to go to waste on our farm. We want to just kind of utilize everything to the fullest. You guys know my sweet hubby Nathan. He loves rabbits. So we had rabbits at our old farm, and I mean they just were like his kind of little project and baby, and he just loved them. We had so many obstacles with our rabbits, I feel like, though. So we're in Arkansas, you guys, it not only gets up like in the, you know, hundreds, but it's super humid. And so we were keeping frozen bottles in our rabbits cages daily. We had a fan on them and they were still just getting so hot. We were having a really difficult time, and we ended up selling all of our rabbits before we moved because we weren't sure placement. We talked about doing a colony. There's a lot of prep that comes into building a colony for your rabbits. And so Nathan's just been talking and I've just been listening, and you know, he listens to all my dreams and everything I want, and he really works diligently to help me accomplish those things. But I also don't want to have created an entire farm of what fills me up. And so I really want to cater to what fills him up. And the pigs, he loves the pigs, but he's been mentioning the rabbits a lot. And I've just been thinking, you know, we really need to prioritize putting things on the farm that fill him up the way the garden fills me up. You know, he's not out there planting things, like he'll help me, but like that's not what makes him tick, you know? But he spends, you know, I can't even tell you how much time just watching the pigs eat. And he would spend so much time out with the rabbits, and whether he was breeding rabbits or harvesting rabbits. And I could really tell that it gave him purpose on the farm. And so as he's been thinking about these things and talking about them, I've been thinking, how can I make this happen? How can I create this space on the farm for Nathan that's just gonna fill him up and like give him purpose on the farm? And then I started thinking about these lovely little stalls. And so this area here was the original milk stall, and it had the window. It kind of just needs to be cleaned out, but it's decent. It's got electricity ran out here. And then we have this stall that has the milking thing in it. I'm not actually sure the right term there. And then we have another stall, which is pretty good size. And then we have another stall, which is pretty good size. So you guys can see this is great space that just honestly doesn't need to go to waste. So I started talking to one of Nathan's friends, Ron. I don't know if you guys caught the video where he built our table, but this man can do anything. He's actually working on some cool stuff for our shop right now too that I can't wait to show you guys. So I was like, Ron, how do we utilize this space for the rabbits? And so he had mentioned coming in here and cutting some windows. That way you could have a breeze in and some light. There is electricity already in here, so we could mount fans on the wall. And essentially we could build the cages, and then we would build a system that would collect all the poop. So this is going to be dual purpose. We have a way to utilize this structure, bring rabbits back on the farm, which was real important to Nathan. So some of you guys who haven't been following our journey, we do use our rabbits for meat production, and then also fertilizer. I mean, their poop is gold, truly. And so I was thinking, okay, let's have dual purpose. So we're going to build out cages in here, so we really can kind of utilize these stalls to kind of keep our rabbits separate and things like that. But then if we create this catch system for all their poop, we're going to be able to take all that gold and we're going to be able to put it all out here. And what that's going to do is, while we are in the waiting stage for our orchard, we can literally just be pouring the best compost and fertilizer on this ground and feeding this ground. And so not only will we have added another source of protein on our farm, we've got all this gold and we're able to just pour back into the soil. It'll be right here, so it'll be like no big deal just to take this and then start spreading it out. And so I'm so excited. I've been thinking so long and hard about this, like, and it's not a surprise to Nathan. I did come, he's at work right now, but I did tell him, like, hey, I think I have an idea on how we can bring animals back to the farm. And it feels so good. Like, I don't know, like, animals aren't necessarily like my thing. I love having our animals, but Nathan is definitely spending more time with them. But anytime I get a new plant, or I'm seeding, or we have a new garden space coming in, I get like so giddy, right? Like I get so excited. And that's like, I could just see Nathan's face light up, and I'm just so excited to be able to work towards this goal. We have friends who have rabbits right now, so as soon as we get all this set up, we'll be able to bring some of those sweet little babies home and raise them. And so I'm just real excited. We even still have our rabbit tractor, and so we will probably have them in cages and do the rabbit tractor. We'll probably do a bit of both, and especially just like have these set up that way if we needed to, or we can move a mom in here to like give birth and things like that. I just want to kind of show you guys this. I can't believe we're thinking about adding another animal, and it's an animal we feel good about. It's an animal that we can keep with the space that we have. Nathan's gonna be excited. I'm excited. So I wanted to share that with you guys because Mom is happy, and I know Nathan's gonna be too. And so that makes me feel good. But I did go to Hobby Lobby. That store will get you in trouble. And I bought some stuff for the garden. And so I wanted to kind of go take a look and see. So I wanted to go take a look and see what all stuff I can put in the garden to decorate it. It's supposed to be in the 70s all week. Gonna be really nice. But I thought I'd show you guys that for a second. All right, so I've made it out to the pavilion, and I've been trying to get a vision for this. We've kind of cleaned up the garden, but I really haven't brought out just kind of my garden decor. You know, I didn't really have a ton of garden decor to begin with, honestly. But we have these cute little candle stands, and so I bought some beeswax candles I'm gonna put on there. We have our wind chimes. I bought another wind chime, a bird feeder. We're gonna put up some new lights. I'm hoping to grab like an outdoor rug and cover this area. And then I'm hoping just to line the sides full of all these different plants. And since you guys know me, and you know I'm a dreamer, I thought, and I don't know that this will happen this season, but I thought this might be cool, maybe a couple years down the road, to have a local artist come and paint these like the posts that are holding the pavilion together. If she painted like different flowers and vegetables on them, I just thought that that would be this stunning little place. We could come and have dinner out here. I could have my morning coffee, do my devotionals, whatever that looked like. So I'm really starting to kind of get a vision, and now that it's like feeling like spring, you know, we just had our blizzard, I'm thinking, well, you know, I want to start decorating the garden. We're planting with production in mind this year, and with that, I really just didn't want to lose sight of like why I'm coming to the garden. And I wanted to add these little things, even though I'm not like throwing a plant here or throwing a plant there. I thought, well, I can throw a flag there and I can throw a bird feeder here. And that's kind of the way that I'm just keeping the whimsical side of me, the free spirit of me in the garden, is just to decorate these little areas that I can sit in and maybe just come and write in, or have my morning coffee by, have dinner with Nathan out here. And so, I don't know, we've been just dreaming up all the things on the farm. I'm super excited. It is a busy day. We've got the conference this week, and so I'm still prepping for that. But I wanted to just kind of tell you guys real quick what we were thinking about rabbits. You guys know that was a big part of our journey at our last farm. I'm real excited to be sharing that with you guys again and really just have a game plan for that. I know Nathan's so excited, so I'll have him hop on the next vlog with me and kind of give you guys an update on how he feels. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I'll talk to you soon.